Alrighty, good morning. I put us down here in the corner party so you can see and hear me, and we're all going to be doing the same workout today. It's one of those you got to kind of listen and think workouts, which I've given you guys a million times. Maybe a little bit less of late as we've gotten busier in the gym, but I got to definitely channel the brain cells a little bit today. Let's get warm and loose, something we've done 9 million times, or maybe not. I think we're workout 213, whatever it is. You've got your 10 regular squats. That's the feet shoulder width apart. That's the hips, the glutes, the eyes, the thighs. You've got 10 regular squats, and you've got your round 1, 10 standing scissors. Round 2 is 10 standing runners, and round 3 is 10 jack LaLanges. Now you can change your squats. I was trying to give you a little freedom on the brain cells to warm up with. 10 regular squats times 3. Round 1 is your 10 standing scissors. Round 2 is your 10 standing runners. And round 3 is your 10 jack LaLanges. We're going to go through those again on the part 2 of our 3-part warm-up. Anyhow, numbers you've done before, movements you've done before. 10 regular squats. Those 4 words are in your head. Hips, glutes, eyes, thighs, as you do your big old squats. Round 1, 10 standing scissors. Round 2 is 10 jack LaLanges. And round 3 is 10, wow, brain. 10 standing scissors, 10 standing runners round 2, and 10 jack LaLanges on round 3. Movements we have done before. Take your time. I like it again. Common warm-up of a 3-part warm-up yielding your 180 total movements. Normal, standard, high warm-up. Again, the 10 regular squats. I didn't mind a little variability. I was just trying to ease the brain cells in on a Monday morning. 10 regular squats times 3. Round 1, 10 standing scissors. Round 2, 10 standing runners. And round 3, 10 jack LaLanges. The second part, you've got your 10 total alternating stationary reverse lunges. The safer lunge, I didn't say the easier lunge. The front leg is always the working leg. The front leg is always the loaded leg. The front leg is not the moving leg on a stationary reverse lunge. 10 total alternating stationary reverse lunges is only 5 each leg. Notice how I'm talking. Bigger, slower, loading at reps, please. Round 1, you're going to repeat your 10 standing scissors for the optional last time today. You're going to repeat your 10 standing runners, round 2, for the optional last time today. And you're going to repeat your 10 jack LaLanges. So we're going to go through those one last time. 10 stationary reverse lunges times 3. You've got your 10 standing scissors, your 10 standing runners, and your 10 jack LaLanges, optionally the last time. You're then going to be on the ground for the ab core version of this warm-up, yielding 180 total reps. Definitely a bigger, slower, longer warm-up. We have 3 definite main parts to your workout. You'll have to listen a little bit. There's an optional extra credit finish, which I don't expect to happen by many people. Anyhow, part 2, 10 stationary reverse lunges times 3, 10 standing scissors, 10 standing runners, and 10 Jack LaLannes. All right, take your time to work it. Right and left leg, 15, breathe down, move out, left leg. Alrighty, that last part to your warm-up, you'll be on the ground, 10 sit-ups or toe touches if you really want to do toe touches. 10 sit-ups, then you're going to do your 10 ab scissors and your 10 ab runners and your 10 prone core swimmers. So last part of the warm-up, 10 sit-ups. You've got legs straight, knees bent. You can lay on the ground, lay on a ball, lay on a bench. Your up body is moving on your lower body, 10 sit-ups. You got round 1, 10 ab scissors. Round 2 is 10 ab runners. And round 3 is your 10 prone core swimmers that you can either lay on your stomach or you can be on your hands and knees, whatever you choose. Last part to the warm-up, yielding your 180 total movements. One more time, 10 sit-ups. You got different positions, ground, ball, bench, legs straight, knees bent. Round 1, 10 ab scissors. Round 2 is 10 ab runners. And round 3 is 10 prone core swimmers, either on your stomach or on your hands and knees. I'd like you to have a great day, please. Good job today. Done for many reasons. I'll meet you in the corner. Now and I don't expect you guys to be done with this. As you're finishing up your warm-up routine, I need you to channel the workout today. I really want you to have one heavy weight or 2 different moderate heavy weights around. And remember, I acknowledge that some people still only have like a pair of 8-pound dumbbells, and that's okay. Maybe you can hold both those dumbbells in one hand, or maybe you can run upstairs real quick and grab that milk jug. Full milk jugs or water jugs weigh more than an 8-pound dumbbell. So whatever the one heavy weight is, whether it's a plate or a kettlebell or a bar, you can hold a long bar, Brian, right? Whatever one heavy weight is, or have 2 moderate heavy weights ready. We really only need one heavy weight for the most part today. Rob, that was 10, right? You have the last row of the 5? All right. Are you ready? This is good. You're always going to alternate your legs. Always. Now, I don't want you to switch. People start switching. I want you to alternate. Slow and big and slow and big. So it's always alternate. Round 1 is 30 total movements of 15 so. Okay, so 1 and 2. When you get done, this is always going to be 10 until it isn't. Because I'm going to add weight until you can't. But you're always going to push, and it's always going to be 10. When you get done, you're 30 total, and you're 10 on your legs. And this is how this is go. Let's go. Oh. 30 total, and then 10. I know it's a lot, trust me. No, it's a lot. Alrighty, now we've done these things before, you guys. I never want you to hurt. Once you get in the rhythm, I promise you it's going to feel great, but it's definitely got to think a little bit this morning. You're going to be starting with your right leg here in a minute. It's going to be a right leg quad focused exercise. So we'll start with that here in a second, and those numbers are going to be simple. But when you get to your right side rowing, we're going to do a row progression. Okay, so when you get to the right side row, we're going to talk about and do supported rows. We're going to do core rows. We're going to do same side. I'm here, blah, 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 blah. There's going to be a lot, so you got to listen today, and I'm sorry. It's going to be a right side circuit. When you do your right leg, I either want the weight in your left hand or in both hands because you're going to need your right hand on your row, okay? So when you do your right leg, the weight is either in your left hand or both hands. You've got quad focused legs. You're going to do either stationary forward lunge, right leg would move. Rob, go and get started with your hip motion abs real quick. You got your lateral lunge, your right leg would move. You've got low, heavy step-ups. You've got walking reverse lunges that your left leg would move. We've done quad-focused dynamic legs. Right leg is going to be 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Your right leg is always working. The weight is either in your left hand or both hands. After your 30 right leg, you're going to do supported or loaded rows. Whether you hold something with your left hand or not, I want you to be loaded and supported. You're going to have a rep range of 15 to 20 reps. I know I'm giving you a lot. And I know it's Monday morning. I know you haven't seen me for 10 days. You got to think a little bit this morning. 30 right leg, quad focused reps. Either stationary forward lunge, stationary lateral lunge, low heavy step ups, walking reverse lunge. The weight is in your left hand or both hands. 30. Then you'll do loaded, supported, 15 to 20 reps, right side row. And when I say loaded and supported, I need you to be supported, and you're going to support yourself with your left hand and or left knee and left hand. Okay? 30 right leg, and then 15 to 20 right row. Right. So the that's always 10 until it isn't. I'm going to have round 1. You got both feet regular leg press. Which means your feet are shoulder width apart. Round 2, I'll remind you when you get here, I am on. Round 3, again, I'm going to remind you when you get here. We have a bunch of different things, and they're always 20. The key on this, these handles go forward and out. People forgot that. Okay. Regular leg press with your feet shoulder width apart. do 5 sets of 20, and you do cardio 20 calories, or you can do 100 abs and 100 calories. I know you gotta go up 6:30, right? So you have a little time. Oh, really? Alright. So I want him motion abs to definitely happen. Whether you do some calories or no calories. So that's a regular leg press. Your feet are shoulder width apart. When your hips want to move, so when you feel your hips moving, you want to push. So 20 of those. When you get done, make sure you straighten your legs and rack it up, right? You then have different numbers come up. Alrighty, again, this is a think and listen kind of workout, but once you get into rhythm, it'll make sense. Round 1 was your right leg 30. Your right leg is going to be the easier thing today, or the left leg later on, and that's going to be right leg 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Numbers that you've done many times, only your right leg, and they're all quad-focused exercises. Stationary forward, stationary lateral lunges, step-ups, walking reverse lunges. Your weight is always in your left hand or both hands, okay? So you're gonna do 25 on round 2. Round 2 is gonna be 15 to 20 core rows, which we have done core rows. Your feet are together, you get low, you stay low. But remember, I want things to be as heavy as they can be today. Grabbing one single heavy weight, and whatever that situation is for you would be great. Round 2 is 25 right leg, and then you're gonna do 15 to 20 core rows. The entire circuit is a right side working circuit. Alrighty, 24 is a little bit less. 12 each side. You got your 10 until it isn't. We got that going on this. And then your feet are going to be 24, 10. Just making sure you're waking up. I like it. Again, once we get into rhythm, it'll make sense. If you ever get lost, stop and ask a question. Your right leg is 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. That's going to make sense. Mixing them up between those quad-focused dynamic legs, which simply means your quads are turning on first or most dynamic multi-joint motion, multi-muscle activation legs. Round 2 is 25 right leg, and then you'll do 15 to 20, get low, stay low, core row, right side row. You're not supported. You're using your own core to support you. But as you start to get ahead of me, which might happen, when you get done with your core rows, you'll be on your 20 right leg, and I'll talk to you about the next couple rounds.
Chris?
Yep.
Chris, my knees starting to bark at me.
Okay.
When I drop the weight, so what do you recommend I do?
So these are quad-focused legs are always going to get us a little bit in trouble. So I'll let you dabble between split squats. You might need to do some split squats. The right leg would be out in front of you. Step-ups, if you have a step-up tool, would ultimately be the best. Does a lateral lunge bug you? Are you diversifying your legs?
I was diversified. I did lateral lunges and then lunges. Well, the lunges again. The lateral was good to me. So.
The lateral bug you? Okay. So, and if we need to, right, none of this is magical. If we need to, mix in some right leg stiff-legged deadlifts. If we need to, mix in some narrow squats. I just want the weight in your left hand during your legs. I don't want your knees to bug you, and it's not magical by any means. So either left hand narrow squats, you could always mix in other things to survive. And if you really need to, you could always do some obliques. The weight would be in your left hand if you stand, or you lay down for your obliques because we're not doing obliques today. So that's a great question. If anything's bugging you, make a change. But we're trying to do quad focused legs, which will always yield the most muscles and the most joints. So round 3, you're going to be on your 20 right leg, which is a little bit less, 20. And then round 3, you're going to balance on your right leg as you do your right side rows. I've given you balance and rows many times, but I've let you balance on either leg. I want you to balance on your right leg only as you do your 15 to 20 rep range right side row. What does that mean? You got a right leg 20, then you're going to balance on your right leg for some more work, and then you're going to do another right leg 15 coming up. So it's a very legsy round. So Julie, we might need to mix it up between a right leg stiff-legged deadlift. You could always mix in a narrow squat. You could mix up some obliques. I never want you to hurt, but it will be very legsy for a while. I'm going to bring your feet down a little bit. That way you can unrack it and then slide your feet back up. Yeah, once you go out, but it's going to be harder to unrack like that. Round 3 is 20 right leg, and then you're balancing on your right leg as you do your 15 to 20 right side rows. Then you'll do 15 right leg. So it's a lot. Just because people are going to be in different spots. Right leg is going to be the simple part. 30 down by 5. So round 3 is 20 right leg. Round 3, you balanced on your right leg as you did your 15 to 20 right side rows. It's a lot of rights. You're hearing a lot of rights. Round 4 is right leg 15. So it's going to be a little bit less. But then you get to balance on your left leg as you do your right side row. So round 3, you're balancing on your right leg, and round 4, you're balancing on your left leg as you do your 15 to 20 right side rows. 18 more straight ins, and we're gonna have a really easy. It's a nice one. Any side. And you got to blow. See when you're jumping in. So 18 is left. 10 is heavier. And then low and narrow, your feet are way down there. So then go down. I don't want you to get 10, you can't get 10. I just want you to get. Alright. It's actually a very quiet morning. I got back from vacation yesterday, so. I think people think I'm so wrong or something. Romeo is pretty good.
Well, also, like, when you're on like, you use that to, like,
Maybe. All right, you probably feel that pace picking up a tiny bit as those reps are going down and we mix things up a little bit. Round 4 was your 15 right leg, and then you balanced on your left leg for your 15 to 20 right side rows. Then your right leg is going to be 10, and then you can choose to either do one more set of core rows, or you can do one more set of supported loaded rows. That'll be your last right side row, and then you'll do your 5 on your right leg. So round 5 is 10 right leg. You can either do one more set of core rows, or one more set of loaded supported rows. And again, you have that rep range of 15 to 20. And then you'll do your 5 right leg, and that'll be the end of circuit. The next circuit will be pushing with some upper body motion abs. You can either change the weights that you have to give you more options, or you can still use that one weight. We'll talk about that in a second. Again, round 5 was 10 right leg, and then you're going to have your one more set of core rows or loaded rows, and then you'll do 5 right leg. Very good. 10, remember, if you can't get 10, that's okay. As you guys finish up that circuit, I don't expect you to be there. The middle circuit is going to be a pushing circuit with upper body motion abs. And I'm saying it like that because I want pushing, I'll talk about that in a second, and your up body motion abs means your lower body is not moving. Here are your choices. You can either do 100 pushes and then do 100 up body motion abs, or you can do 50, 50, 50, 50. I'm still going to get my 100. Or you can do them by 20s. You can either do 5 sets of 20 pushes with 5 sets of 20 upper body motion abs. You could do 50 pushes, 50 abs, 50 pushes, 50 abs. Or you could do 100 pushes and 100 abs. I know it's not very fair. I'm still going to get my 100 pushes and my 100 abs. But it really comes down to, do you want to get on and off the ground, or do you want to mix things up? Your pushing muscles and motions. You can either do chest pushing, laying on anything. You always push with your hands in front of you on chest. You could do shoulders pushing. You would sit tall or stand tall. Your hands go above you. And you have your triceps pushing with your dips, your kickbacks, your overheads, your skull crushers. Whether you want to break it up by 20s or 50 or not, I want 100 pushes and 100 upper body motion abs. You can either do 5 sets of 20 pushes, or 50 twice, or 100 once. Your upper body motion abs means your lower body is not moving. Sit-ups, laying on anything, ground ball bench, legs straight, knees bent, feet wide, feet narrow. You've got a lot of options on your sit-ups. You've got toe touches. You can lay on the ground or bench. You've got jackknives. That is a tool, mostly cables or ropes. And you have your iso penguins, anything where your lower body is not moving. But why am I talking like this? Why have I not left you? I want you to give me 100 total pushes and 100 total up body motion abs, and I want it to be hard and slow. You can either do 100 up body and 100 abs. You could do 50 pushing, 50 abs times 2. You could do 20 pushing and 20 up body motion abs times 5. You can diversify between your pushes, chest, shoulders, triceps. You can diversify between your up body motion abs, between sit-ups, toe touches, jackknives, and iso penguins. 200 total reps, 600 seconds. It's about 10 minutes of work, and then you'll have that left side circuit to do. Because you didn't do at least a little breath. So I didn't go ahead here because we're going to get down left side. You got your 12, 4, 6 each side. You got your lighter. Maybe you get 10, maybe you don't. And then you're going to right. 12, which is 6, right? 12 total 6. Maybe 10. And then right leg 20 on each there. Alrighty, this circuit was definitely intended to burn a little bit. It was definitely intended to get you out of that last circuit mentally and physically. I didn't want it to be crazy fast, but I'm also not looking for a lot of rest either, so I wouldn't mind the pace coming from your lack of rest, but not high tempo. Pushes, you've got 100 total upper body pushing. Whether you do 100 consecutive or you do 2 sets of 50 or 5 sets of 20, I'm gonna get 100 pushes. Chest, shoulders, and triceps are your pushing muscles. Chest presses and shoulder presses and tricep presses require positions and tools. Upper body motion abs, sit-ups, toe touches, jackknives, isopenguins. You got 100 abs coming your way as well. Whether you do 5 rounds of 20s or 2 rounds of 50s or 100 of each. Again, it's about a 10-minute circuit, but I do want to start talking about the left side circuit soon so you don't have to wait for me. What's that? Looks like you have a 9 going on. I can get it cool. And I don't expect you guys to be done with that circuit by any means. I just want to talk about the left side circuit so you know what to do. Now, human nature says, oh, I did it on the right, I know what to do, I'm going to go fast, and we all done it before. We either forget something or we go too fast and something else happens, like knee tweaks or mindset tweaks. Your left side circuit is exactly like your right side circuit. You'll have your left leg 30 down by 5. I want the weight in your right hand or both hands. I already saw this morning somebody had it in their left hand, and so then that left hand gets really, really, really tired. Your left leg is going to be 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. The weight is either in your right hand or both hands. Get that foot up the same as your right side, the regular, a little wider. When you get to your rows, again, I don't expect you to remember everything. Round 1 is your loaded, supported row. You're loaded, you're heavy, and you're supported by something besides just your core. Round 2 is that core row. Round 3, you're going to balance on your left leg. I'm here. Round 4, you'll balance on your right leg. Blah, 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 blah. 20. You're going to put it on the rack. So go and unrack it. Good. And then put it on the rack. There you go. And that way you can stay kind of square. When you get to that left side circuit, it's going to be 30 down by 5. You're going to start with that left leg as well because you have 6 sets of your left leg. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. You've got your left leg stationary forward lunge, your left leg lateral lunge, your left leg step-ups, your left leg walking inverse lunge means your right leg is moving behind you. The weight is either in your right hand or both hands. Your left leg is always going to be the working leg on that circuit. After your 30 left leg, you'll be on your 15 to 20 rep range on your supported row. Round 2 is 25 left leg, and then you're gonna do your 15 to 20 core rows. Is there any magic to it? No, there's no magic to it. It's just so we stay in rhythm. We know what to do. We don't get lost. Left leg, 30 down by 5. Weight is in your right hand or both hands. Round 1 is 15 to 20 loaded, supported rows, left side rows. Last set here, it's not. 6 total is 3 each side.
8.
Straight there. Last one. And you have your left leg. Then we have one more thing to do. We go to the next surgery, which is abs, thighs, arms. This is right.
Wait, what was it?
6 total is 3 each side. Last one. Maybe 10. And then like that.
I know what's wrong.
Well aware.
Yeah, I said you were gonna take it easy on me.
This is a nice workout.
Okay.
This is a nice version.
Okay.
I didn't say easy. I just said nice. When you get to that last circuit, your left leg 30 down by 5. Round 1 is 30 left leg, weight in your right hand or both hands. Round 1, you've got that supported left side row. Your right hand, right leg, you're supported with the body, but the left side is working. Round 2 is 25 left leg. You'll have your core rows. Your core is supporting you on that left side row. Round 3 and round 4 is when it gets really legsy, right? That was the intent. You'll have your 20 left leg on round 3. Then you'll balance on your left leg as you do your left side row. This is done with purpose because it gets really, really, really legsy. Round 3 is your 20 left row. Wow, 20 left leg. You've got your 15 to 20 left leg balancing row. You're fine. You're fine. Round 3 was your left leg 20. Again, weight is in your right hand or both hands. You'll have the balancing on your left leg with your 15 to 20 left side row, right? That leg is burning. Round 4 is your 15 on your left leg. Again, it's really burning. 15 on your left leg. You have your 15 to 20 left side row, but you're balancing on your right leg after you do the 15 left leg. Round 4, you're going to balance on your right leg as you do your left side row. Again, when you start hearing all these rights and lefts and numbers, it gets a little confusing. Last legs of the day. Lots more body snaps. What?
What? No, actually what?
Says last leg. More body snaps on your way. Easy breezy. Is it been a lot of stuff. I mean, a tan or anything like that. Or the leg, we did Montana and Surah, I guess, because some river, like, you had a good time.
I went to Montana a couple weeks back. So good. Went horseback riding, fly fishing.
Nice. We're good for you.
Do you know where Rock Creek is? It's like past, it's past Missoula.
Yeah, because I go to Missoula and then that's south and there was Florence. Will you there?
Actually, I was lost there in like May, so I guess it was really not sure what it was about. But it was good, like I drove out by myself and I like slept in my car.
You guys saw.
Yeah. I stayed at for like 4 nights. It was so good, it was so good for me.
Absolutely. I do a lot of trips for myself. I love it. Alrighty, can you feel that pace increase as we get those numbers down there? Round 3 was your 20 left leg. Then you balanced on your left leg as you did your 15 to 20 left side rows. Round 4 was 15 left leg. You got a lot of left leg going on there. You balanced on your right leg as you did your 15 to 20 left side rows. Then you're going to have that 10 left leg. And you either do one more set of your core row, or you can do one more set of your loaded row. We'll have that one more left leg, and I'll talk about your hip motion abs. I definitely want your hip motion abs to happen. Whether you do cardio or exertion will be up to you here. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay? Time says you have a little bit more. Energy is up to you. Again, last couple rounds. 15 left leg. Balance on your right leg as you do your rows. You have the 10 left leg. You'll have one more set of either core rows or loaded rows. And then you'll have your 5 left leg. All right. Both legs. Both arms. 30 reps. We go lighter as needed. So we do throw these things on the ground. And trust me, you're going to need to go lighter. 30 minutes. Go lighter as needed. When we get done, we're going to go out and do abs. And arms. Okay?
And arms?
Abs, arms.
What was that?
This is technically chest and back. I know you're using your hands and arms, but it's technically chest and back. So 30, that weight's going to come down. Alrighty, again, I don't expect you to be done in that circuit, okay? You have the 10 left leg. You have the last either core rows or supported rows. You then have the 5 left leg. Now, I definitely want 100 hip motion abs to happen, right? 100 hip motion abs are gonna happen. Whether you do 100 straight of them is up to you. Whether you mix up cardio or exertion is kind of up to you. At the gym, we're going to do calories. We can also do minutes, and we can also do exertions. So whether you do 200 total exertions, or you break them up into 40s, 5 sets of 40s, or you do 2 sets of 100, whether you do 100, I know it's a lot. I want my 100 hip motion abs to happen. Whether you do 100 consecutive, or you do 2 sets of 50, or you do 5 sets of 20, I want that to happen. Your combo is either nothing, or you can do 200 exertions, or you can do 5 minutes of cardio, or you can do 40 exertions. I know it's a lot.
I'm gonna go do it inside, so I'll catch you later.
Do it inside. Enjoy, buddy. Very good to see you. So it's 100 hip motion abs are going to happen to finish off your day. Either 100 consecutive abs with no combo, or you could do 5 minutes of cardio, or you could do 200 exertions. You could break it up into 2 sets of 50 abs and 2 sets of 100 exertions. You could break it up into 5 sets of 20 abs and 5 sets of 40 exertions. Somewhere between those things, your workout will be over. 100 hip motion abs, reverse crunches, hanging abs, V-ups, scissors, runners, swimmers, windshield wipers. There's a lot of movements when your legs are able to move on hip motion abs. I want 100 hip motion abs to happen. Whether you do 5 minutes of cardio after, or you do 200 exertions after, or you mix in 2 sets of 50 abs and 2 sets of 100 exertions, or 5 sets of 20 abs and 5 sets of 40 exertions. Get this done. Besides that, it was slow, it was heavy, it was big, it was a lot. We'll do the opposite on Wednesday, and that would also include pace. So of the opposite, pushing versus pulling, different legs will have more pace, more tempo. Finish this workout. Get it done, baby.